It is the most wonderful time of the year. We wake up feeling stressed, but at the same time energized, knowing that Christmas is just around the corner. The air is crisp and clear and cold. The roads are busy with last-minute shoppers and people on their way to various Christmas parties. We look around us and we see homes colorfully glowing through the darkness of night. This is the only time of the year when having an evergreen tree sitting in the middle of your living room covered with ornaments and lights with presents scattered at the bottom is considered normal. Through the hustle and the bustle of this wonderful season, people just seem genuinely happy. Students are done dreading over homework and quizzes and tests. Our homes are filled with loved ones we don't see too often. Our tables are packed tightly with every kind of food you can think of. The nostalgia of the season is kicked into high gear as we listen to our favorite Christmas albums, the same albums that we listen to every year. We hear familiar Christmas tunes in our home, in our cars, at work, in malls, in restaurants, and in medical office waiting rooms. The little kids are prematurely gathered around the tree trying to speed up time so that they can just open their presents already. Adults stand around talking and laughing about days when they were younger and all of the memories in between. Aunties commenting on how fat or skinny their nieces and nephews have gotten since the last time they saw each other. That one uncle asking all the teenagers if they have a girlfriend or boyfriend yet, and the awkward silence that follows when the teenager replies, yes. It really is the most wonderful time of the year. However, through all the lights, all the food and the presents and the cheer, you cannot help but see a world that is anything but wonderful. As much as we want to hide from it and run from it, especially during this Christmas season, we cannot help but see that this world that we live in can seem dark. I was especially reminded of this fact as I walked out of Copley Symphony Hall after listening to the San Diego Symphony play Beethoven's Ninth. Having some familiarity with this particular symphony, listening to it live was nothing short of brilliance and inspiration. For that hour and 20 minutes, the melodic and frightening sounds of Beethoven's masterpiece transcended me to higher things. However, after this enlightening, transforming experience, as Erica and I walked out of the symphony hall, reality hit me in the face with a baseball bat. As I saw makeshift shelters containing human beings who had no home scattered along the sidewalk. Our world can be a dark place to live in sometimes, even during the Christmas season. From natural disasters that kill millions, to the carnage that we human beings inflict on one another, to loved ones who die from sickness, it's far too obvious that our world is in pain. This isn't the first time our world seemed this way, seemed hopeless and dark. Thousands of years ago, in the land of Judah, the world still seemed dark. In the book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verses 7 and 8, we see the Israelites about to be engulfed by the violence and chaos of the invading Assyrian army. It reads in Isaiah, "Therefore the Lord is bringing up against it the mighty flood waters of the river, the king of Assyria and all of his glory. It will rise above its channels and overflow all of its banks. It will sweep on into Judah as a flood, and pouring over it, it will reach up to the neck. And its outspread wings will fill the breadth of your land, O Emmanuel." The nation of Israel is doomed to invasion. They will soon experience the bloodiest invasion in their history. The Assyrians will commit what we would consider crimes against humanity today. Soon, the Israelites will be stripped of their titles. They will be stripped of their riches. They'll be stripped of their homes, and for most, stripped of their lives. Isaiah continues in chapter 8, verses 21 and 22. They will pass through the land greatly distressed and hungry. When they are hungry, they will be enraged and will curse their king and their gods. They will turn their faces upward, or they will look down to the earth, but will see only distress and darkness, the gloom of anguish, and they will be thrust into thick darkness. The world of the Israelites is about to become even darker than it already is. For the invasion of the Assyrians was not the only darkness shadowing the nation of Israel. Within the nation of Israel itself laid a broken political and religious system, as revealed to us in Isaiah chapter 1. People cared more about giving their temple sacrifices and offerings than doing justice by helping those in need. The richest of the rich only kept getting richer, and the poorer just kept getting poorer. Tradition was more important than goodness. Image was more important than righteousness. The nation of Israel faced darkness all around them even before the invasion of Assyria. However, darkness cannot prevail forever. In the midst of this harrowing and bleak prophecy of things to come, Isaiah switches his tone in Isaiah chapter 9. In verses 2 to 7, Isaiah proclaims, "The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. Those who live in the land of deep darkness, on them light has shined. You have multiplied the nation. You have increased its joy. They rejoice before you as with joy at the harvest. As people exult when dividing plunder, for the yoke of their burden and the bar across their shoulders, the rod of their oppressor you have broken as on the day of Midian. For all the boots of the trampling warriors and all the garments rolled in blood shall be burned as fuel for fire. For a child has been born for us, a son given to us. Authority rests upon his shoulders, and he is named Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. His authority shall grow continually, and there shall be endless peace for the throne of David and his kingdom. He will establish and uphold it with justice and with righteousness from the time onward and forevermore. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will do this." Isaiah is prophesying a king that will come and drive away all the darkness that Israel was facing and bring them into the light. Although if I could speak to Isaiah today, he would never admit that this coming king is Jesus. We as Christians interpret this verse as the foretelling of God coming to earth as a human being. Regardless of interpretation, Isaiah sees a future. Isaiah sees a future in which the darkness of this world is no more. In Bethlehem, centuries later, God breaks his way into our existence. And he does so in a way that God has never done before. He doesn't come as a pillar of fire, or as a burning bush, or through wind. He doesn't even come as a voice from heaven to the prophets of Israel. God comes as a human being. He doesn't even skip ahead to age 30. God comes as a baby who spent 9 months in his mother's womb and was born just like the rest of us. God grew up the way we all grew up. God probably breastfed. He learned how to walk. He learned how to talk. He felt the pain of rejection and the warm love of his mother. The creator of the universe shared in our existence. However, God didn't simply come down as a human being for no reason. God needed to make a statement. God saw all the darkness in this world. He saw the pain. He saw the violence of war, the petty hate that we hold, the injustice of those outcasted into the fringes of society, and the overall lack of ethical principles in which humanity lived by. God knew that the best way to change things was to be that pillar of light among the darkness. Jesus lived with us in order to show us how to live. Love those who persecute you. When someone slaps you on the cheek, show them the other one. Forgive those who sin against you. Live by the sword, and you will die by the sword. Feed the hungry, give drink to the thirsty, welcome the stranger, clothe the naked. Because when you do these things, when you do these things to the smallest, the least in society, you do this to God Himself. This is what it means to be the light of the world. As God came to be with us through Jesus, He intimately shared in our existence and taught us how we should treat one another. The other in our lives, the person that isn't ourself, the other in our lives is always more important than ourself. Jesus has taught us this through the way that He loved. For He spent most of His day enriching and enhancing the lives of others as He healed them physically and spiritually. God has broken His way into our existence and fulfilled the prophecy in Isaiah 9. However, as we look around the world today, is there really an endless peace that Isaiah speaks of? Is the earth really established with justice and with righteousness? Has the prophecy of Isaiah been completely fulfilled through Jesus? In light of all the war, in light of all the injustice and unrighteousness in this world, it pains me to say that this promise of peace that Isaiah speaks of is not yet a reality. But Jesus is only the beginning of building this kingdom and this peace, this kingdom of justice, this kingdom of love, this kingdom of righteousness, this kingdom of God. Jesus has freed us from the death grip of sin and showed us how we need to continue building this kingdom that Jesus began 2,000 years ago. Jesus is still with us. He's still with us through the Holy Spirit, empowering us, motivating us every second of our lives to live by these principles of Jesus. It is our responsibility through the power of the Holy Spirit working through us to live as Jesus lived, to drive out the darkness of war, the darkness of injustice, the darkness of hate and unrighteousness in this world. And it is during this season of Advent, this Christmas season, that we remember this responsibility. 2,000 years ago, God started an evolution, not a revolution, an evolution within humanity. Through the power of God, let us evolve to be more loving. Let us evolve to be more caring, more service-oriented people, so that this utopian future that Isaiah spoke of thousands of years ago will not come about tomorrow in the great by and by of heaven, but will instead begin today.